control your own biases. It's not that hard.
Can you tell a lot about a person by the last 10 books they've read?
Sure, and most of them is, for me, it's just how susceptible they are to the cognitive biases.
Okay.
I gave a talk in LA the other day at convention centers, 500-600 people there, all these entrepreneurs, and I said, how many here people, I forget what book I said, 4-Hour Workweek or Lean Startup or one of Jim Collins, kind of a pop culture business book. I said, how many people read this book? And 500 people out of 600 raised their hand. I said, how many people here read, and I held up a book I brought with me, a little $5 paperback by Sam Walton called Made in America.
Good book.
And I said, how many people here read that? Like 5 people. And I said, but they said, later they told me, yeah, we're on your book list. That's all I knew. So basically 0. And I said, let me get this straight. Tim Ferriss or Jim Collins or whatever, Lean Startup, Eric Ries, they're smart guys. But did any of them make $160,000 million personally? Because only one man in history that I know of has ever made more money than Warren Buffett, Zuckerberg, Jobs, everybody combined. This man made. And how did he do it? Well, on his deathbed, after he was diagnosed with terminal cancer, he wrote a book to pass on the top 10 things he thinks about business and his life story. Yet nobody reads it now. Who's the sucker there? It's a $5 book. You can go to the library. So this is called the misweighting bias. It's not always doing the right thing. It's doing as Aristotle said, to be angry is easy. But to be angry at the right person, for the right reason, at the right time, with the right intensity, for the right duration, that's difficult. To read is easy. But to read the right book for your situation, at the right speed, the right amount of times. Jeff Bezos, if you read the Everything Store, he's read that I would say Jeff Bezos is probably the second best businessman of all time. It's hard to guess, but I would say, you've grown a company in a decade, $40 billion net worth, and may become Walmart, Amazon. These are $1 trillion potential revenue companies here in the next 5-7 years.
So I'm listening to the Everything Store right now. Does that count if I listen to books or not?
Yeah, I tell people, I built this thing called the 67 Steps, which is about 67 videos. I read University College London said it takes 66 days to form a new habit. So I added one, and I call it 67 Steps. So in the 67 Steps, I try to lay out new frameworks of thought from the world's greatest people. Forget me, I'm just one little pawn in life.
And do these include 67 books or not necessarily?
No, there's not. Okay. Most of them are built around somebody, but one of the 67 steps pertaining to your question is, avoid flurries of activity. So reading in and of itself is actually less effective than in-person mentorships with Sam Walton, but he's dead.
Right.
So whether a physical book, people ask me, Todd, should I read Kindle? Should I read audio? I'm like, look, man, what's the end game goal? Be war-oriented, not battle. The end game goal is what would happen to you today if you're listening to this, and you woke up, bam, and you are an entrepreneur in business, 50-50 with Bill Gates. Well, what do you project over the next 18 months your bank account would look like? Bam. I say, what if you woke up this morning and you go down and you got a little home gym and Arnold Schwarzenegger is there waiting for you. He's your workout buddy. And he's like, buddy, I'm going to get you in shape. What would your body look like in 18 months? I say, you're not feeling so good if you woke up and you go and you do a little private meditation or thought or reflection on the day, and the Dalai Lama is sitting there waiting for you, and he's going to show you how to find contentment in the little things in life. Or you want to change the world and you wake up today and Mother Teresa or Mahatma Gandhi are there going, let's make your cause happen, right? So people say to me, yeah, Ty, that'd be great. And I'm like, that can happen. It comes from downloading the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience, the intelligence of the world's greatest people. And I measure greatness by impact. So sometimes it's billionaires, sometimes it's Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa with no money. But to the extent that to answer your question with audiobooks, that's the war to be won. Is the audiobook fulfilling that war? Well, it's like Peter F. Drucker says in Managing Oneself. How do you learn? Do you learn audio?
Right.
Some people do. Some people learn by taking notes. I take notes but learn nothing from it. I only use notes to be able to teach from later. So I know, Socrates, the Socratic understanding, know thyself. For me, I am not a kinesthetic learner. By writing it out, it doesn't help me.
So ideally, you're mentoring with the person, you're with Sam Walton when he's building these stores.
Yes.
Second best, in your opinion, is the book. Listening or hearing about exactly how they did it.
YouTube videos can be very powerful too.
Right.
It's the man, it's the woman more than the medium. So
podcasts could be effective. There was a really good long form interview with Sam Walton. That could be pretty fascinating. I don't know if it exists.
Again, it's the war. It's how do I
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.